Hey guys, Kays, back here with another video, and Happy New Year's, or late New Year's whenever I get the time to get this out. And I think I really want to start out with saying thank you. Thank you for the love on the content. When I made a pivot out of my attempt at gaming content, I was really skeptical and slow about editing anime videos, worried what the outcome would be. But after posting the first Horimiya video, which I absolutely love, having my close friends say I did great for a content change, trying something new, and breaking 200 views for the first time, I'm not counting my first video, because that was uploaded to YouTube Kids. I feel grateful and hope the new year brings greater achievements for me and both you. But now, I think it's time we get into ranking. These are going to be my personal opinions, feel free to disagree, even write in the comments if you disagree, because my opinion is coming from someone who just started watching anime again in mid-July, and got back into it because I had a lot of free time on my hands. So your take could be completely different from mine. So the reason this video is either last second or late for New Year's is actually because of this honorable mention anime. About a week ago when I was drafting this video, I sent my friend the script. He likes to proofread stuff for it. And I didn't really have an honorable mention, but I wanted something in that slot. But majority of the anime that I've watched throughout the year that aren't in the top 5 contenders are stuff I feel pretty the same about. Pretty forgetful, but I wouldn't say they're terrible anime. I would just say they're not really in that range of I absolutely loved them. And one of my friends told me to watch My Dress Up Darling, and he said if I sat down, watched it, he thinks it would be on this list. So I binged it 1-2 days, and I'm sorry I did not get the time to watch season 2 or this video would not be out for a while. But I really liked the relationship between Gojo and Marion a lot. As I said on Horimiya, I really liked the chibi scenes. I feel like they add a lot to the comedy. The only big gripe I have is the ending to season 1. The best way I could describe the ending to season 1 is an unsatisfying taste in my mouth. Kind of like when you don't brush your teeth for a night. It had a great build up after the firework festival, and I feel like it was just all wasted for Gojo to be asleep and her to end the season saying, I love you and good night, Goop. I feel like it was really wasted potential, but maybe that'll get fixed in season 2 when I watch that. Okay, now we get to the main podium, the top 5. And I would say 5th place goes to Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. This anime has a place on this list because it was the first romance genre anime I watched. It stuck with me. It got me back into watching anime during July. I really enjoyed the relationship between Sakuta and Mai. I think you guys are going to hear me say that a lot if it's a romance anime on here, but I'll try to say different stuff. I watched one of the movies in mid-August, and that was interesting. I haven't had the drive to watch the second show. I watched the first episode and got kind of bored. Maybe I'll go back and watch it here in a little bit. So I can't really speak on the second show. I was pretty sad to hear that the series is coming to an end in 2026. The only big gripe I have is I didn't like how it changed perspectives and had Sakuta with the other girls. I wish it was solely focused on Sakuta and Mai. It wasn't really my forte, but to each their own. I will always remember this anime because I sat down with one of my friends, or 2 of my friends, and we were getting them to watch it, and the one that already watched it looked over me and said, "You're like Sakuta, but without a girlfriend." For 4th place, I really liked More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers. I liked the concept of the students needing to be trained in relationships. The break episodes, like when they were working at the beach house, I think it was really cool. I liked how Tengen encouraged Akari to go for Jiro after he said he didn't like her. I like how Akari began slowly falling for Jiro and vice versa. I did not like the love triangle between Jiro trying to choose the 2. Shiori has had her whole life that she has liked Jiro, from what it seems, and hasn't been able to say it, so let another girl have a shot at him if you're not gonna take your shot. This is actually one of the few anime I started reading the manga for and I really enjoyed. I should probably go and finish and catch up on it, because I guarantee you if I open Twitter on the day that that ending finally gets released, I'm gonna see hundreds of posts of what happened. Also, I never knew the Cream audio was from this show. If you've seen the show, you know what audio I'm talking about, where she's like, oh, stick it in, that weird thing. Yeah, and I liked a lot of the quotes from this show, especially, Your Honor, I was lost in the sauce. Now we get to the big three, the podium, my three favorite animes of this year. And coming in at third, we have Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I loved the trigger art style. It was great. I love how they make like straight lines looked curved. It looks great. I actually made my art finals based on it. I have a painting of David on the moon. I have a plexiglass ink print of David like taking his jacket off to show the Sandeva stand. I loved it. Probably wasn't great that I watched this on my birthday. I got recommended it, and I think you can go look at my Twitter page and see around my birthday that I reviewed the first 2 episodes and put a rating for it. It was a pretty tragic anime. Seeing the relationship between David and Lucy develop from coworker to dating, it was pretty tragic. I feel really bad about that. Ending was rough, to say the least. I think David is not dead. You can argue me, you can fight me on it. Originally, when I watched season 1, I would be perfectly fine and I would agree with you that, yeah, David's pretty much dead. But the amount that in the new trailers for season 2 that they keep pushing it, I don't think that he's dead. Actually, speaking of season 2, I find it really funny that 2 hours after I showed one of my friends this show, they announced a season 2. We like finished it, and he drove me home, and I texted him 2 hours after, and he was like, dang, I really wish this show had a season 2. And then here we are, the VAs of David and Lucy are sitting there announcing season 2. Second place has to go to Horimiya. And I'm gonna preface this real quick that depending on the day or the mood I'm in, second and first place can be changed. Might seem kind of crazy after you see what my first place is, but it's interchangeable for me. I absolutely adored the Horimiya anime. I don't think I can actually say how many times I've watched it. I've watched it by myself countless times. It's my comfort anime that I have slept to. I've watched it with my little sister before. It's a pretty good anime. I love the main relationship. I like how it branches off and looks at the other relationships. No, I do not hate Yanagi. My friend asked me that after he watched the video. He's like, do you hate Yanagi since you didn't include him in the video? I actually really like Yanagi. I really like his character, but I kind of ran out of time and kind of forgot who he was at the time. You can see like a picture of him staring at a paper during the sports festival, mad. I just forgot about him. I don't hate him. I loved Kyosuke and Miyamura. Great friendship, we'll say. I absolutely loved it. Any scene with those two in it was great. Season 2 was, if that's even what you want to call it, was okay. I don't like that it was mostly filler. I wish they would have done like an anime only thing, maybe storyboarded and wrote new stuff instead of just filler from the manga. It's a pretty vanilla show, but I won't argue with you if you say you love it, because vanilla's always fine to like. I liked the confession. Compared to My Dress Up Darling, I really liked the sick confession and Hori instantly waking up and saying that it drained all the sickness from her when he confessed. The biggest gripe I have about this anime is that there is nothing after the show. We don't see what happens in adulthood. I think there's people that keep saying that they had a kid and got married, but I haven't been able to find any. I guess I haven't looked into it, but I haven't seen anything about it. I wished the manga would have kept going further and we would have gotten to see later into their lives. And here we are, final first place. My top anime of the year, besides you could change it with Horimiya, goes to Gurren Lagann. I loved this anime. It was a great motivational piece. I love Kamina's logic. It's so backwards and so stupid, but it makes sense. And I don't think there's another anime that has ever got me so pumped up to push further beyond who I already am. It's one of the few animes that if I feel like doing no work for the day or doing nothing at all, I'll go pull up and I'll go watch the last 2 episodes of the show, or I'll go on TikTok, find some edits of Kamina motivation. I love it. I loved Simone's character development. He did go through his depression phase for a minute, but reasonably, his bro died right in front of it. I loved the character development. I love how it touches on a beautiful way evolution should work, of Simone not wanting to revive people. I see a lot of people argue that Simone never was able to revive people, but I feel like Simone would have had the power to, but he keeps it to himself and doesn't want it to happen, because what's the point in constantly reviving the previous generation and letting them do the work? Because now the newer generation can't excel and push further than the previous generation did. I love how every scene feels special. I think the best way to show this is when Kamina and Viral first meet each other and are fighting each other. It's just a simple sword draw scene, and even then they elongated the blade so much. I love that scene. That's one of my favorites of all time. I loved the ending fight. I loved the ending scene. I wish Nia would have gotten to stay with Simone, but sacrifice is part of the gig, it feels, in a lot of these new motivational animes. Well, there you have it, guys. My favorite anime from this year. I'm sorry if your favorite anime didn't make my list. I watched a couple others, but I kind of started later in the year, so I didn't have as much time. Really wish I got to finish my Dress Up Darling fully so you guys could get a full look on it. You'll get a better look on that when I do a video on it. I really liked The Eminence and Shadow. Alya Sometimes Hides Her Feeling in Russian was nice. I'm excited for season 2 of that. Frieren was also really cool. But I want to say thank you guys again for the love on the content. I hope I can see you in the next video, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.